Welcome, guys, to another episode of Build Break and Fix, brought to you by the Raw Coders. And you might be observing at the moment there's just one today. Tori has got some personal stuff come up, so he can't really make it. And yeah, so you guys are probably stuck with me, but I'll try my best to keep the stream entertained and fun as I can. So yeah. Hey, get there. Good to see you again, as always. Yeah. So a bit of so first thing is first. Let's do our acknowledgement for the Aboriginals of Australia and Bali, and we will pay our respects to the elders of the past, present, and future. So here we go. I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and future. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. That was brilliant. So, yeah, just a bit of a recap on what we did just today was we tried to, as in, make develop the backend for saving the column names, and we were pretty close. We just had to deploy the app and test it, how it's working in Postman for now. So we're going to be testing it today. So let's go and start the action. Oh, actually, almost forgot. So I will choose a letter for a background song or tune. So, do feeding the ducks. There we go. All right. Cool. So let's share my screen. Actually, I'm just getting rid of all the apps that are opened in my Mac, and as soon as I've done that, I will go ahead and share the screen. All right, there we go. Finally done, eh? Work was pretty good, gag dev, as in kind of settling in now properly, and yeah, doing big tasks and learning about the system even more. So, which is a bit of a steep learning curve, but I'm really enjoying it. Yeah. All right. So let's share the screen and take our thing from there. Okay. Right. So open up. Actually, our VS Code is already open. So I'll just do it from here and open up the folder that I wanna do. So okay, SAM API, and there we go. Brilliant. So let's go ahead and build it. And then once it's built, we can test our function, as in the post request. Okay, so it looks like it's been built, and now we can deploy it. Profile, and give it a profile of Scrambler. Yep, that should do it. There we go. Yes. I think that one. Alright, just keep an eye on the comments as well. Okay, seems like it's doing its magic for us. Yeah, to be honest, I've kind of realized that I enjoy backend more. Not much of a front end, but because I want to be kind of um, jack of all trades, that's why I want to be a bit of both front end and back end. What would be your preferred way of working in GagDev? Would it be back end more, or front end, or just both? Okay, so it looks like it's updating everything. Yeah, cool. So it has successfully updated it. So what we need to do is basically actually we did a bit of a mistake. So this shouldn't be actually this so because board the columns will be coming from the body, so we basically need to put it in the body. So this won't work clearly, or will it? Let's have a crack, shall we? So if we do this one, and then board ID would be get all boards. Get all boards is there, so we've got the boards here. So we are getting test file board. Yeah. So add column. So we need to add another request, which would be post request. Oops, not that one. Post. That would be add columns. Column names. All right. And then what we need to do is basically copy this URL, this base URL, and put it here, and then basically do board, then the yeah, all boards, that one, all column names come here. Oh, come on, it had to be done. All column names, and now we would need columns, which is over here, and let's say that does the trick. Okay, cool. So we need to pass in the body. Row. Yeah, row basically. So we basically need to do what was this? body columns. So we will do columns here, and then 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's try to insert and see if this works. Provided required bit does not exist. Oh right, my bad. I had to do it this way, I think. Columns was in this way. No, it should be a JSON. Yeah, there you go. Now let's see if this does. No. Status 400. The provided expression refers to an attribute that does not exist. Okay, so board columns. That was board columns, body, which was that. So how did the notes work? Anything? Alright, middle way is good. I say. That makes sense. It's a single note, so when we are posting the note, what did we do? So we had the delete, no. Update specific note, post a note. Okay, so we don't really add both columns in there, which is fine. And then what we did was we had the note data in the request body, which was coming from a single note. Right, okay, so single note is just the key, yeah, which in my case will be columns. And then what I'm basically doing is having a single note as that one and then just inserting it in. Getting the board and okay, I think I know where I went wrong in here. This is basically note ID, which would be from the body, and then body. So column data will come from the body, which is fine. Single note. Actually, post a note. Yeah, single note. Actually, how about if I do it in one and see if that works? Because then it might just be the code of the array. Columns. Nope. So single note I did in that way, which is good. Post a note, yeah, single column. And then what I did was I prepared this object and I'm inserting this object. But in our case, it's a array of strings. So that would mean that note maybe because that is being inserted in the array. So I will, yeah. So that means that if board note is already an array, which means our board columns are also an array, which is fine. Yeah, so board columns is also an array, and then we don't really need this one here because we won't have it in the first place, and that would be in the request object. And what we're doing is any comments? No. Then we are just getting the board columns from the body and columns. Actually, let's debug this. See what it gives us. Hopefully I can do it on connect. Okay, so if I do send on this one, does it hit? No, it doesn't hit. I wish it could be this easy. Okay, so board is here. We are getting the board, that's for sure. And then we're getting the board here. And then if that's empty, then do this. But then we are getting the board column. So this was same as this. Board columns. Right. Node data topic was from node data, which is coming from request body. Request body, which is the same as my case as well. Node data is coming from the request body, which is here. But hang on, this was colored in blue as well, but that one isn't. So why is this one isn't? That tells me something. Something is going wonky. Board columns. How about if I don't keep this as an array? Let's see how this works. Let's check what is any other comments. No, that's good. Oh, what am I doing? I need to put it away. Right, let's see how this works. Columns, columns, yeah, that is fine. Okay, almost deploying the chainsaw, and hopefully that will get done smoothly. Okay, so that is done smoothly. Now let's check how did our change go. Columns, yeah, that sounds good to me. Columns, board columns, yeah. That will just append the board columns in there from there. Columns, yeah, board ID, that one, and then column. Cool. Let's check how this one went. Okay, so still the same. The provided expression refers to an attribute that does not exist in the item. Right, so in the item. Oh, right. The provided expression refers to an attribute that does not exist in the item. So that means that this doesn't exist in the item, but we are posting it. What is this? Map attributes. Updated expressions. Ooh, right. So I'm updating the expressions, which means they need to exist first. Possible to combine if don't exist and the list independent. If not exist my value. If no exist these ones, then my value. Okay, we are definitely doing something wrong here. Let me see what CloudWatch is saying. So Jagdev, I'm just basically trying to test the new post request, which is basically just taking in the columns from the board, from the body, and just inserting it in the database, as in updating it to the end of this list. So I'm not really sure where I'm going wrong. Columns, board columns. Because there is an array, the board columns. Or maybe I need to create a new one and then do it. I can't do it on the existing one, probably. Because if that's the case, I think this might be causing the issue, because at the moment what I'm doing is I'm trying to update this board. Test 5. Whoa, okay, never mind. Get all boards. Yeah, test 5. What? How can this be all gone? What? No. How have all the boards gone from DynamoDB? Interesting. Because I never went back and deleted them. That is really making me curious now. How can that be possible? My MFA code, I would need that. So I would basically get my thing from the phone. How are all the boards gone straight away? Someone is Tori playing with me again. Because and both have the potential and the access. This is really interesting. I'm looking forward to what's happened. Where did all the boards go? Tables, board. Yeah, 8. There are boards still. So why is it saying can't find the boards? The query did not. What? This is really interesting. So something must have happened. Anyway, let's post a board. Someone testing offline, because this wasn't supposed to be there. That's interesting. Who is testing offline? Wow, okay. Never mind. Let's have a go at that again. This is really intriguing me now, because the board weren't supposed to be there either. Post board columns. That's not supposed to be there because that won't insert it at all. So if we do this, so if I create a board, okay, and then I add the columns to that, which is all column names, columns, and column 1, 2. This might will work. Check. Yep, knew it, that won't work. So what if we just do one? Right. Okay, so the board is there. Hang on. Would it come if I did this? Poster board and then append the column. Shouldn't come. Okay, and now if I get a board which would basically be get all boards, test one. See that didn't come in. So now if we want to insert both columns in this as well, then we would basically attach the column in the items. All column names. Validation. No, cool. That is fine. So board columns. Just trying to update it. So include body to that. And then what this would be basically is this board ID, which is coming from here. Params. And then it's coming to board columns. And the columns is taking care of that. Just to say the item is not valid. The provided expression refers to an attribute that does not exist in the item. So if we are updating the already existing board, then we just have to insert or this column. So basically that's not gonna work, obviously, because we are trying to update okay, someone's messing about, but not to worry, we got that. Poster board 1 and 2 columns. Get all boards. Okay, obviously that won't come in because it hasn't been done. So all we need to do is insert our board column here. Items. Have they still gotten rid of this? No. Yeah, so basically that's not gonna work. Why? Because we are inserting all column names here as an object. And that one is already an object here. So basically what we need to do is find the items and then insert it in the items, as in items, and then check for the board ID or the board name and then insert it in this object, in that object. Yeah, that's how we would basically go about it now, because I thought it was going to be a lot simpler there, but that's the perks of being a programming, that everything is really unpredictable. You expect it to be something else, but it turns out to be something else. All right, so we're gonna go back in the code, and where it says columns, we have the board ID and we're getting it here. Then we have the column. Actually, I want to see if the column names are coming. Console.log. Reading investment time and set my VS Code for debugging properly. So this would be a set. Yeah, column names would all come there, but before that, we basically locate where we want to put this columns, because at the moment we don't have any thing to put in there. So where we are doing, so we can either create a here columns actually I needed that one. Yeah, I needed that one. I made a mistake. Post note, verify board name board. So the column would come board columns, column names, and they would come here, possibly. Column names would come there, and then what's gonna happen is I would come in the column names section and then look for column names. Yeah, column names, and append it there as well. Yeah, that's that one, and then column names. Column name. No, yeah, column names, and then column names. Yeah, there we go, and there we go. Both columns comes here, and then it just inserts here. Let's try this. Hopefully this does the trick. Let's see. Planning to do this feature today, hopefully in 15 minutes max. Let's see how we go. Okay, so just creating the chainsaw at the moment. Let me see if someone is playing again. Yep, they are playing again. Okay, cool. So that should be done by now. Let's do that. Okay, cool. So let's insert our board now. So if we just insert these two, the array should come by itself. Okay, cool. And if we get the board now, should come with the no, it should have come with the array as well as in both columns. Why did it not? Oh, because I'm guessing it with the GSI, and that needs to be included as well. Right. So let's go back and include the GSI in the template. The board column in the template. Columns. GSI hash key schema. No. Time to live. Connection ID. There we go. So we want to include this as well. Column names. Cool. Let's build it up again. Okay, I think we are almost there. Shouldn't be too long now. And did they get rid of the board again? Yes. No, they didn't. Okay, let's get rid of them. Okay, so that should be done. Go again. Okay, cool. So now what we would need to do is deploy the entire stack again. Yep, because we have just changed the GSI. All right, cool. Never mind. We will do that and see how we go. Cloud formation. And we are almost there. Deleting the entire stack now. Okay, slowly but surely we will get there. Not to worry. Oh, delete failed. Where did it fail? Let's have a look. Where did it fail? Events to delete. Failed to delete upload rollback. Font failed to, cannot update GSI properties other than provision throughput and collaborate. You need to create a new GSI with a different name. Yeah, okay, cool. So the bucket you tried to delete is not empty. Yeah, okay, cool. So it's saying that the bucket isn't empty. Cool. Let's go to the bucket and empty out. Okay, cool. So that is done. Now let's go to cloud formation and do that again. Delete return without failing to delete resources to retain. No, I don't want to retain that. Almost there. Okay, there we go. That is done. So now what we're going to do is deploy it. Okay, I'm gonna do this to hide the URL. This is interesting. But yeah, I'd have to update the URL as well, right? Actually, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and then do it again. There we go. So let's go back to Visual Studio and get our endpoint and update that everywhere. Once it's done, obviously, which is still deploying the stack. Hopefully this time it would work. Then as soon as I get the endpoint, I'm gonna have to enter that in my Postman as well, and then we can continue our testing. Okay, so that is our endpoint here. Let's get this and copy paste it over the API variables. There we go. Prod, yep, that one and that one. Brilliant. Cool. That does it for us. Right, so now if I do say post a board, this should get posted. Okay, that got posted, and then get a board. I want to get a board and no, get all boards. Okay, test one. Column names should come. Oh, sorry, I forgot to share my screen. Okay, so at the moment I'm testing the board. Everything is working fine, and this is the board that I've just created. Yay! Column names are appearing here, and if I now add in the actually it's taking the ID, isn't it? If I pass in the ID and then add some column names, columns, then in the body give it a row JSON, and then do this, say columns, and then do 1, 2. Okay, that should go through perfectly fine, hopefully, if everything has worked. Okay. Try. Where did it not work? Board. Okay, hang on. Let's try this then. columns. Okay, so the request could not be satisfied if you provide the customer on CloudFront. We can't connect to the server for this app. It might be, traffic. Bad so you can't even connect to the server. That's a bit interesting. Oh, my bad. No, this wasn't supposed to be in that way. Actually, this is fine. Okay, cool. So that is good. So this columns, the provided expression. Oh, board columns probably. Column names. Is it? No. Actually, it should be columns, but over here I did make some change. Column names. Yeah, that looks good. And then call column name. Call column name. Board columns is here. Columns is here. Yeah, body. So it's saying that I can't find the item. So we want to do that and then set in columns. Set columns this one to the board columns here, which is this. Actually, why don't I? It's updates and I'm posting it. It's updates and I'm posting it. Wow. So this should be patch instead. That would have been my fault right there. Because if you do an update, you have to kind of patch it, not post. Update board. And see if I'm right. Update. Yeah, see, update is specific. No. It's supposed to be patch. Okay. Never mind. We got this. Columns patch. They should do it now. Alright, we might come to it probably tomorrow now because this time is up. Actually, what I'm gonna do is check if this works, just this one after deploying it, and call it a night. Hopefully this will do the trick. This should be patch, not post. All right, so that is done. Let's have a look now. What does it give us? Get all boards. Get all. Ah. I'm busted again, am I? Interesting. Get a board. Okay, so column name we wanted to be as that one, so we go to column names and actually get a board. This is the board ID and this is the column names. Insert this one here and see what happens now. Yay, it did it. Okay, so that would mean that we have one in there. Cool, I see. So basically what this is gonna do is, if I want to add more columns, then I would need to do this, I guess. Free. Let's have a look. Free and get board. Right. So this is gonna cause a bit of a problem. So either we can, yeah, we will come back. We'll have to come back to it. Because these should appear as these, one should appear here in the array itself. That's it. Yeah. Anyway, that was a little bit of progress there, which is good, and we shall call it a night. Right, guys, thanks a lot for joining. Been a bit of progress there, and yeah, in tomorrow's episode we're gonna be doing some really fun stuff. So if you wanna check out and join us tomorrow for some actual progress. Exactly, I couldn't agree more. But yeah, same time, same place, and the same task. All right, so look forward to seeing you there. Have a good night and bye for now.